it's been really great to have so much response to the video that I posted. I've taken a day or two to get around to this one, but hopefully it'll be a few more exercises for you to try out, and look forward to hearing some feedback. So let's get going. We're going to start with a nice relaxed breathe. So just breathing in and out, letting that spine settle into that natural position, letting those shoulders relax to the floor, finding a comfortable position for those knees and feet, and then when we're ready, breathing in, adding the arm float, and breathing out, taking that full breath for the full movement. Just breathing in and out. As we come up with the arms, we're just going to add a leg stretch and bring it back in as the arms go down. Holding on to those abdominals, just keeping that waist very still, but nice and easy movement. Keeping that breathing going. Just one last one with each leg. And bringing it back to the middle. We're just going to take the arms up one more time and just let those palms face each other. Easing those shoulders down into the floor. We're just going to reach fingertips to the ceiling, just stretching out that upper back and that shoulder joint, feeling it into the ribs, maybe down towards the waist a little, but letting the head and neck stay nice and relaxed with the breath. Breathing in and relaxing the muscles as you breathe out. Breathing in and release. And just a couple more. And relax. And lowering it down. We're going to take our knees now, so we're going into those knee lifts. Easy back in that neutral position. Peeling the foot away from the floor. Holding on to those lower abdominals across those hip bones as we take the leg down. Taking the full breath, breathing in and breathing out. So we're going to add our up, up, down, down to this. So one leg, secure that center. Bring the other leg up, lower it down and down. And then the other leg, up, up, and breathing out, down, down. Changing legs if you can. Keeping that shoulder area nice and relaxed. You can keep with this for a few more, or if you want to turn this into double lift and double lower, just keeping that waist absolutely still. And our last one. Breathing out. Taking a nice breath in, we're going to do some ab curls. So breathing in. As we breathe out, dropping those heads and shoulders forwards and just rolling off the floor a little way. Rolling back with the floats. Breathing out as we come up to help suck those abdominals up. Breathing and relaxing. Just thinking about every vertebra moving one at a time as we roll up and down, that head being the last thing to roll back to the floor. We're just going to do one more today, and we're going to hold up there. And if we want, we can float those feet up. We're going to just do a few beats for our 100, so we're pressing those arms down into the ground, keeping that belly nice and held in the center, keeping the chin dropped a little down. We're breathing in for 5 and out for 5. If you need to drop those feet back to the floor at any point, we'll just do 5 more breaths in and 5 for the breath out. And bring those knees in. Little hug, relaxing those necks and just releasing that lower spine. So we're going to bring those knees back into that tabletop, but we're going to keep them tight together to do our hip twists next. Nice and easy with the body. Square position with the knees, and we're just going to roll to the side. Again, if you need to keep the feet on the floor for this one, it's the same exercise. So hanging on to those waists, breathing out and letting the waist help pull you back to the middle. And breathe. Rolling. Trying to keep those shoulders relaxed into the floor and just going as far as you can control with the knees together. Let's pop those arms across the chest if we want a little bit more challenge. We may not be able to go as far. Rolling through. Just one more to each side. And little hold at the end. Back into the center. We're going to let those arms and legs drop. We're going to just do a little stretch out. We're going to take those legs a bit wider apart out to the side of the mat. And we're just going to roll them over to one side. Let that hip relax. Let that spine stretch out and twist. Let the head drop away if you want as well. If that's nice and easy, just walk that foot back a little further, but keep that waist relaxed, trying not to arch that spine off the floor. And then we're going to bring them back through the center and take them the other way. Just rolling that head, letting that foot reach back a little if we want a bit more stretch out in that hip. Easing and breathing. And then rolling it back into the center. We're going to take some rolling bridges. So bring those heels a little bit closer. Nice, easy hips, watching that we're not tucking under too much to start with. Waist pulls into the floor, tailbone lifts off, and we roll up through our spines. Every vertebra peeling off the floor and then placing them back down. Breathing in and breathing out. Letting the chest drop on the breath out. Keeping those big toes firmly connected to the floor to help keep those legs in line. So we're going to add the arms if we would like, pushing into those hips rather than into the ribs, keeping those shoulders relaxed. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and next time we're up, we're going to stay up there. Rolling up. Fingertips up if we want. If you need to put those hands back on the floor for stability, that's always options. So today we're just going to breathe out gently, let the hips drop halfway, 3/4 of the way back down, and breathe in and squeeze a bit higher. Breath and squeeze. Keeping those big toes connected to the floor. Breath and squeeze. Those arms nice and relaxed. Just 2 more. Breath and squeeze. And the last one, holding up there. Just going to let those arms float behind us. Relax them if they reach the ground. We're going to keep them there. Reach behind us and just roll down through the spine. Lovely long stretch. And then bring everything over for a little curl. And a little rock through those legs. And we're going to stay in this curl. We're going to do our leg stretches. So we're going to keep our curl through the top of the spine, chest towards the thigh, gentle holding of the leg. We're not pulling it in, we're lifting the ribs to the thigh. And again, breathing out on all the effort. Just cradle that leg gently. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring it in for a curl. Have those hands together and just stretch out for a double stretch. Bring it back in again. We're going to do another double stretch. And then 10 more legs. Drive that foot away. 3. Easy shoulders. And for our doubles, curl. If you want to keep the shoulders off the floor this time, you can. Curling it in and stretch. A little hold here. Can we lower the legs and arms a tiny bit? One more breath. And bring it in for that relax. So we're going to come around now and do some side legs. So we want that nice long lying on the floor. Today we're going to stretch the legs out. So we want knees, hips, shoulders stacked one on top of the other. Let's just stretch that hip away from the ribs, which will help keep that waist lifted. Have a little support in front of our chest or a free arm. I'm going to just take that leg longer and longer, let it lift and lower, just watching that it's not disturbing our waist. Keeping the knee facing forwards, keeping breathing. Breathing with each movement in and out. Breathing in and out. Next one, we're going to hold it up there. We're going to take the other leg and make the bottom leg work in and out, up and down. Breathing each time. If you need a bit more support, that hand can go back in front of us. Just 2 more. And we're going to hold it up there to finish. If you want to and you're on balance, you can have those hands along the thighs, maybe even a little reach towards those legs as you lift. Can that armpit come off the floor? Little more. And relaxing it down. Just ease out those hips and those waists. Today we're going to turn around to do it on the other leg straight away. So, nice long line on this side. Relaxed head, relaxed shoulders. Hips stacked with that lift up through the waist, lengthening that top leg. When it can't go any further, it comes off the floor. just letting it ease up, feeling that into the hip, lengthening that leg away. If you want that floated arm, feel it stretching right up through the shoulder, but easy. Just a couple more, trying not to squeeze into the waist too much as we lift, lengthening that waist. We're going to hold that leg up there and make that bottom one work. Trying to feel that it's the thighs that are squeezing together rather than the feet. If you want a bit of support, pop that hand back down. Just two more. Ready for that hold. And reaching with that arm, lifting up, feeling that squeeze into the waist, trying not to let those legs come too far in front of you, and relax it back down. We're going to come over onto our fronts now for our back extensions. Let's have hands down by our sides today, nice and relaxed. Easy feet, let those heels drop out. So as we breathe in, the belly button just tightens slightly. We're going to lift those chests, keeping that neck in line, keeping that chin pulled in, and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. As we come up, we can let those arms float, but relax the shoulders each time. Feeling that belly button pull in, but keeping those glutes, those buttock muscles nice and relaxed, making the spine muscles do the work. If we want to, we can just do a little pulse with each lift for the last few. And just one more. And relax. Oh, let's take a little bit of a relax for the upper body and make those lower bodies work. So those legs lengthen behind us. We're just going to pull one leg long off the floor, keeping that the hips and the belly relaxed onto the mat with just a little bit of a hold at the waist. Trying to keep that leg as straight and as long as possible. Feeling it lifting from the back of the leg and the glutes. Not too many of those. We're going to bring the leg up. If we want to, we can bring both off the floor for a moment and little taps. Opening and closing, tiny little taps and lower. And one last one, both off and little swims instead. Breathing all the time. And relax to release off the backs of those legs and those backs. We're just going to do our child's pose, just pushing backwards for a nice stretch today, letting those knees open, relaxing through into the mat. Easy shoulders, easy chests. Just reach and crawl those fingers a little bit further. And then slowly bring ourselves back up, ready to do some all fours. So we're going to come onto all fours. We want weight of our shoulders over our wrists, knees under the hips. Nice long line through the spine, keeping that chin tucked in to lengthen out the back of the neck. Eye gaze down to the floor. We're just going to curl that spine and relax it down. So we're going to be focusing mainly on the center of the spine, thinking about the waist and the pelvis. The shoulders might stretch a little bit, but it's the middle of the back. Relax. Don't force it, just gently curl it in and ease it out. You can relax the head a little and lengthen the neck a little. And then we're going to find that central neutral spine again. Check that weight over those hands. We're going to do our cat pedals. So releasing one hand and one knee just off the mat, keeping that control through the center of the body. We're not rocking side to side, trying to keep that waist, that belly button directly over the center of the mat, and just alternating, feeling that corset of muscles holding our center still. Don't forget the breathing. Good work. Lots of control. So we're going to hold one leg and the opposite hand. Find our balance. Check we haven't dropped those heads. We're just going to take the bent elbow, the bent knee directly to the side. Trying not to lift that hip too much. Feeling it in the outside of those thighs and those glutes, and a little bit around that shoulder. If you want to, bring the knee further towards the elbow and the elbow back towards the hip. And relax. One on the other arm. Leg and arm, knee and arm. Elbow and knee. Keeping still, watching we haven't shifted our weight towards the supporting knee. Push your weight a little bit towards the lifted knee and then squeeze. And relax. And just bring yourself into a little curl. I'm just going to stretch the body forwards a little bit, dropping through those hips if that's comfortable. And relaxing down. So down on our tummies, we're just going to pop those elbows into the floor. Nice sphinx-like arms, shoulders above elbows. Tuck those toes under. Deep breath, belly button lifts those hips. Long line through the spine, head in line. We can stay here or do little lifts into that position, or come up into our plank, whichever option works for you. If you're in the plank, little knee drops. If you're on your knees, try straightening one leg and then the other. One more breath with whichever we're doing, and relax it back down. Ooh, a little bit harder work there, I think. So we're going to come back to sitting today. I'm going to face you. Legs in a gentle frog, so not too far towards you. We want to be right up on those comfortable sitting bones, so we've got lovely long spines, nice and easy. We're going to take a little bit of a roll back today, so arms gently out in front, relaxed elbows, belly button, tailbone, tucking down for our roll backs. Just a little way down and rolling back up. Really concentrating on curling that spine, relaxing those shoulders and heads. All the way back. far as you want to go. When we get down next time, we're just going to do a little open to the side and back, and an open to the other side and back and roll up. We'll do one more of those. Rolling down, little twist and back, little twist and back. And just to stretch ourselves out, we're going to reach those legs out long. Nice tall sitting, easy legs, fingertips, and just slide them down. Keeping those bodies, shoulders, heads relaxed and easy. Elbows relaxed helps to relax our shoulders. Every time you take a breath, just creep a little further forwards. If you want to flex those feet, for a little bit more support, but try to keep those shoulders relaxed. Use that body weight for that nice stretch. And then roll ourselves slowly up. Just going to do a couple more things. So I think we'll come onto our side plank. Bent knees, nice angled legs lifted out of the waist. We're coming onto elbow and shoulder above elbow. Lifted right up out of the waist, arm up. So we might just be lifting our hips and lowering. We might need a little bit of support as well. If we're feeling nice and good on this one, we're lifting and adding our twist under. Opening high, lifting up through the ribs and lower. Reaching and twisting and lengthening and relaxing. Breathing, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more. And under. And lengthen. Let's hold this one here. We can just hold it here, or we might want to stretch that arm and leg out into the opposite directions. Lift a little bit higher through those hips and then bring it back down. Ready to do the other side. So knees again, elbows secure right on that side of the hip, that waist and ribs lifted up, reaching for the sky there. Nice big lift of those hips. Just get ourselves settled a couple of times. And then add in those twists, reaching and twist. And reaching and relax. Obviously, harder option is just to stay up there for all of those twists, but actually it's quite nice to have to control it back down each time. A little bit more work going on there. Let's just do two more. Keep reaching gently through the shoulders, lifting out of that elbow. And this is the last one. We're going to hold it up in that long line, nice and lifted. If we want to, reach the toe and the arm. Lift a little bit higher through those hips and relax. Oh, nearly there. So let's just come up onto our knees today. A little bit of breathing here. If it's not comfortable on your knees, stay sitting. Breathing in. Breathing in and out. And just calming that down. If you want to, you can come up onto your knees as you breathe. And lower back down. Breathing in and breathing out. Probably losing my head there. Breathing in and breathing out. So if you feel good on your knees, you can stay up high here. If not, this one can be done standing or sitting. We're just going to take a little reach over to the side, so dropping that arm down towards the bottom knee, letting everything stretch over. Let it hang. Easy arms, easy head. Back up, breathing in, breathing out to the other side. Nice and relaxed. Easy neck, easy head. One more. And last one. And then just for a little stretch out here, let those knees come a little bit apart. Hands onto the back of your pelvis there, back of those buttocks, and just gently squeeze forwards. Letting those backs stretch out a bit, especially if you've been doing more sitting than usual. Lengthening out the front of the thighs. Those hip flexors at the front here. And then just relax it back down. Let it curl over in the opposite direction. And just a very, very last one. A little roll of the shoulders, easing them out and back. Keeping it lovely and soft. Breathe. Curling it forwards and releasing the muscles. Easy. And the same with the other one. Rolling it forwards and rolling it back. Rolling it forwards, rolling it back. One more. Roll. Nice lift. Take that deep breath in and relax. One more. Breathing in and relax. And thank you very much. I hope you'll join me again. I'll try and do another one in a few days. I'm thinking maybe of doing a little bit of standing balance for a short video, and possibly one that focuses on a few stretches that you can do when you've been exercising or warmed up. So everybody take care, keep well, and hope to see you again soon.